Good evening. This evening on July 22nd, 2024 is another night for mental mind treatments with psychic impressions. It also is my birthday today. So I'm just back from having dinner with friends. Had a busy day. One friend arrived with a bunch of flowers that my son had paid for in his last Venice visit. And so that started my day off with lots of phone calls, texts, you name it, I got it. Emails from people I haven't heard from for quite a few years. It's been quite a day. So here I am now waiting for people. I've got a couple of names down here, but for people to want to have a mental mind treatment. I probably use one for myself today, actually. So we'll see about that. I just want to see if anyone is going to sign on and take a look at what we might have found for today. In the meantime, I'm going to do a mental mind treatment for Mel. Uh, the numbers were 13, 4, and 3. 13 is progress, growth, moving into a new environment, a new awareness. 4 is not really wanting specifically to go there and sort of dragging your heels, as they would say. But 3 is the love vibration. And so, consequently, what happens there is a sense here of change. Um, yes, change with a bit of resistance, but really it's like to embrace it. I think to embrace the change. So I'm going to begin my treatment with that. I know there is one power and I know there is one essence. And as I speak my word from Mel, I know that there is changes ahead. I also know that any resistance to those changes will just make it more difficult because the universal love force is with you and is there with you as you proceed further. It will all become such a nice an awareness as you move forward. So I give thanks in the knowing that the growth is there, the progress is there, the change is there, and all will be well. So I give thanks for this as I release this thought, knowing that love is all around and it's just a matter of relaxing and allowing it to be there. And for this, I am very thankful. And I say, and so it is. Okay, I have one more off my book, and then we'll go to the comment section. This is for Dave. I have 16, 3, and 7 today. What I wrote here was to discover strength, peace, and the joy of life as you let go of the inner pain. With 16, it's like anything that occurs is like the end of the world. And when it's the end of the world, we don't have a philosophy. That's one of the keys. When we don't have a philosophy, then what begins to happen is we don't really sense the love vibration that is there. It's just saying, hey, this will pass. This is just momentarily here, because with the 7 there is about change. So it's like, where do we want to be miserable? Do you want to be sad? Why are we beating ourselves up? That's what I get here. Why are we beating ourselves up because things aren't the way we want them? Reminds me of a 3-year-old in a way, having a little bit of a temper tantrum. Interesting. The key is about love and about what it is that you are wanting for you and for others around you. But it's basically needing to let go the poor me aspect so that you can be as happy as you can be and create the way you want to be, and all those wonderful things. So as I move into treatment, I go, I know there is one power and one essence. And I know that as Dave begins to relax into the idea that there is love for him, even if it doesn't come from exactly where he wants it, even though there's disappointment and sadness, there is a loving force here that says, let go of the past and move ahead. Move ahead into the wonderment of what life offers. Be open to change. Be open to the love. Be open to the experience and let go of the pain and the regret and the wishing it was different, because all that does is hold you in that place. It doesn't allow you to move in the direction of where you want to go, etc. So, therefore, as I move into this wonderful sense of being, I know that the force of love is there, has your back, so to speak. I know that it's a matter of opening the door and letting it in, opening your heart, opening that sense of your own power base, opening the sense of how you look at life, how you see it, to notice the difference and begin to experience the love force for yourself. As you experience the love force for yourself, you let go of the other. You let go of that pain. You let go of all those elements as you move forward in the direction of where you're heading and where you're going. I give thanks in knowing this. I give thanks in knowing that there is power, there is love, there is essence in the direction that you are moving forward to. And I release this thought knowing that it is true, that it is done, that you are ready, willing, and able to let go of the pain and embrace love. That strength. It's so strengthening when you move into the love force and allow it just to soothe you, soothe the pain, soothe the disillusionment, soothe all those things that your mind gets into absolute tizzy over. As I release this, I know I say thank you, thank you, thank you. And so it is as we let that go. So now I come to the comments. Yvonne says, here listening. I just want to say, bless you, bless you, bless you. I just feel the utmost peace when I think of you and the work that you're doing, how it strengthens a lot of us that we may not even be aware of, but it strengthens and brings us closer to the element of where and who we are. So I just want to say thank you for that. Okay, my dear Karen, what have we got today? She says, happy birthday. Thank you. Busy day, which certainly is. I would love a treatment for increased physical stamina. Hang on, I got to write that down. Try and spell it right. That's so funny. Okay. It's funny today. I've spoken with people today I haven't spoken to for a number of years, which was interesting. So the numbers we've got is 16. There's 16 again. 2 and 108. So if we add 108 together, we get a 9, right? So she's 10 and 8. Okay, that's okay. I just was misreading it. 16, 2, right? Just want to make sure I'm right here. And thank goodness you wrote that, because there's no comma between them. So I was going, 108, that's 9. But actually, you're 10 and then an 8. So let's see. What do we got here based on the numbers first? Again, 16. Now, remember, 16 is the tower. And the tower gets struck by the outside. So it's a situation. It's something that's occurred, something that's happened. Think it's like a bang. And then from the tower, 2 people fall. One falls towards more of what we call the odds, which is the strength that we have to rebuild. But the other one, and his crown has fallen off. The other one falls backwards where he can't see where he's going, and he's holding on to his crown. And the whole significance for me always is with this symbol is, what are you hanging on to? There are changes. And this is about letting go. This is about, basically just letting go and flowing. And because you got 2 there right away, it's saying you have to make a decision. Because in that decision, you've got choice. Do you go forward by letting go and embracing that which is there to be embraced? Or do you cling to what was or how you want it? And you're going away. You're going away from love. You're going away from the pattern. You're going away from where everything is happening. Because this is about change. Both 16 and 10 are about change. 10, the wheel of fortune, be like the hub of the wheel as life goes around and changes. We have changes happen. A lot of times change happens out of the blue, which is like the tower. But then that's how do we respond to that? What do we do with that? How do we handle that? Do we let it go and rebuild and grow and come into the places or not? Now with the 10, there's a little bit of it's like a leaf having in the ocean, and the ocean's turning it around a little bit. But it's like, again, you've got to be strong on the inside. You've got to know that no matter what, you're going to come through this. You're going to work through this. It's going to be absolutely great and phenomenal, because number 8 says you have the strength, you have the perseverance, you have everything that you really require. So we want physical stamina to look. But this is about letting go. I think when I look at that, I'm thinking this is about you letting go of the restrictions you have about yourself. Instead of seeing yourself as physically strong, it's like, oh, can I do that? Can I handle that? Can I do? So this is old patterning as far as I'm concerned. And it's really about recognizing when you're pulling on the forces of the universe, when you're pulling in that loving force, you can let go, because it will support you, it will hold you, it will bring you into the awareness of where you're going and what you're doing. So let's just see what else comes up in the treatment. Knowing there is one power and one the essence, and as I speak my word for Karen, I know that you would not create anything that you cannot physically handle. It is when the mental begins to think that you're not strong enough or you need something different, is that you begin to feel weakened. It's about letting go those thoughts that I can't, or I don't want to even. It's by letting go and coming into the hub of yourself. It's like you have a core here, and in that core, it's knowing your strength, knowing that nothing will be given to you that you can't handle. Now, let's go back to an old pattern that I've taught a lot of, and I don't know if I said this recently. Ask for the strength. Ask. I find people don't ask. They just think, oh, this is terrible. How am I going to handle this? Ask for the strength, ask for clarity, ask for wisdom, ask for the things that you want. You have enough connection here, which again the 8 refers to, that says, but you've got to decide, what are you going to trust? Are you going to trust the aches and pains and the weakness that you think that you have? Or are you going to trust the power of the universe, which has got your back? This is a choice pattern. That number 2 there tells me that. And that is about letting go of restriction and embracing the knowing that you have the strength, the power, everything that you require to be able to do and create what it is that you want to do and create. I give thanks and excuse me. I give thanks in knowing. Yeah, a little drink of water as well. I just came in from having a big supper, so here I am. See, I know that you have the strength, but you got to believe it. You got to know it. It's got to be right there. It's like we can't be a little bit. We can't have a little bit of faith. We can't have a little bit. If we really want to succeed, if we really want to become our best of bestest, you might say, we've got to believe that we have the physical stamina to take on what we're choosing. We've got to believe that the energy and the power and the help will be there for us. no matter what. Because we do put ourselves in those situations, that's like we're an army of believers. And sometimes it feels that the challenge is too much, but it's only because we're not embracing it. And we're forgetting that whatever we could require will be brought to us easily, will be given to us easily. We just have to get out of the way and allow the power coming in and working with the physicality of our lives. I give thanks in knowing, Karen, that you have the strength of purpose and awareness, and that you are willing to decide for yourself the direction that you want to go in, knowing that what you need and require will be brought for you and given to you. And for this knowingness, I give thanks by saying, and so it is. Amen. Now we go to Karen Lee. I always get a kick out of like two Karen girls. Feeling very emotional the last 2 days. You didn't give me any number, did you? Oh, back up there you did. 12, 15, 21. 12. There's the 15. That's the emotion. See, I've got to be really careful. You got to hold me onto that when I miss something. I'm getting good now going, I thought I saw her higher up. Okay. So you're being emotional. Yes, I would believe that. Okay, let's take a look at the numbers. Hanged man, devil, and world. Hanged man, acceptance of what is, and even if it feels yucky, even if it feels emotional, even if it feels like there's no answer, is just accept. I was talking with somebody in this last week, maybe 10 days, not sure now, that how I often talk about acceptance. And they were saying also how often they find that it's all about acceptance of what is. So, in the knowing of the 12, which is hanging upside down, with a smile on the face, is to accept what is. But because of the number 15, we get caught up in the emotionality. And when we get caught up in the emotionality, what ends up happening, it's like we bind ourselves up into that. But the reality is, you're 21. You're able to balance your life because you understand the bigger picture. See, life is not like we see it often. I'm trying to think of an example, actually. It's almost like a boxing match. I get hit, so I hit you. I get hit. So sometimes it feels that's like what life's doing. Like it's not, you can't see the way out of the maze, so to speak. But the reality is you got to realize when you are ready to get out of the maze, or when circumstances are ready for you to get out of the maze, you will be out of them and everything will be back into balance. You're waiting, and you're waiting. Maybe it's time to stop waiting and just get on with things. I'm just throwing that out. Because this is about acceptance of what is and to bring things into balance so they're always there where it's absolutely balanced out. We're aware. I understand currently that this is a hard, I'm going to use that word, learning time period. But if you can concentrate on yourself in your strength and not get emotional by what it looks like on the outside, but to take what you know and accept your power, your love, your essence in relation to your life. By accepting all of that, what you will find is that you will be able to survive easily and move forward. So just hold on a sec while we do the treatment here. Knowing there is one power and one essence, I speak my word for Karen Lee, in knowing that by letting go and accepting what is, those things she cannot change, is that the emotions that are tied around that situation of whatever they may be, let's go. Acceptance is your key. This is how it is. And not to get yourself worked up, but rather to remember how to be in balance, how to choose and look forward into your future. For when it comes, it will come. It will be there. But when you get caught up in the emotionalities, so often what happens is that you forget. So we know that there is one power. We know there is one essence. And we know that you can accept and let go of the fears, the anxieties, the frustrations, the whole ball of wax that is making things unbalanced, so that you can stand in your truth at any moment in a balanced way and see your way into the future, into the direction of where you're wanting to head. I know, and you know, that you have the strength for all that. And so, therefore, I say, and so it is. It is done, which is good. Great. Thank you. I feel better, so that makes it really work. Wow. Yvonne says again, thank you so very much, Norma, for my earlier words. Okay. Ross Simon. Hi, Norma. I would like a treatment for my, hang on, Ross, for anxiety. Ooh, we're going into that, a lot of that today, one way or the other. Numbers are 7. There's our 15 again, guys. 21. If for those that are new on here, I take my numbers from the Higher Arcana of the Tarot. I'm a tarot person, and they speak to me, so well new. So Ross, within your anxiety, it says, first of all, you got to let it go. You got to turn your back on it and just say, kind of put it in. It's like, have you ever seen a baby be lifted up and put over there, like in a high chair or something, and just sort of out of the way? I just really feel that you could do that, is that you could turn your back on it and say, it's like get lost. Because in 15, we have the devil symbol. So it's almost like get behind me, Satan or whatever you want to call it. And I don't do Christian mythology, but when we have emotionality running rampant, when we are emotional about things because we cannot see a solution, what happens is it binds us. And because it binds us, we do not let go. And that's what's happening here. Because if you could begin to let go, that number 21, which we had just earlier, is about balance. It's about being in balance and understanding. You can feel anxious, but you don't let it rule you. You can feel sad, but you don't let it rule you. You can feel like the anxiety, like I think a lot of us have experienced anxiety, and it's very debilitating, very restrictive. But it's like having to recognize that it's because we don't have faith it will be different. That's one of the keys. One of the other keys is what I've spoken about already today, is acceptance of the situation. If you can't do anything about it, there's another alternative. Believe me, there's more ways to, what are they? I forget the saying now, but it's more ways of doing something. It's like there's lots of ways, but it's like having a balance, creating a balance. So there's a lot of work here. I don't have all night to just kind of go over the many things that are coming at me, but you may just want to. I don't usually say this and this, but you may want to consider having a sort of letting me have a deeper look, and you can always come through my website, normacurry.com, and just find out a little bit more information, because I just feel like it's like a big turning. Reminds me of a washer that's going wash, 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 wash. Like, it's like there's no resolution. There's no, you want that. And I really appreciate you coming on and writing this, Ross, because anxiety is debilitating, and it's hard because it's like an old entrapment. It's a habit. We go back to it because it's what we know. So what we want is to bring more peace, more awareness, and in a large way is clearing out a lot of this stuff. So let's just see what treatment says for us. I know there is one power and one essence, and I know as I speak my word for Ross, that as I'm going to address the anxiety as because that's what I feel it is that as the anxiety increases, it's like becoming blind to solution. It's like there is no solution, there is nothing, and that means there's no faith when there's like that. And when we don't have faith, we have no balance. We only repeat the same old patterns over and over again. And so I know that there is a power in this world. It's a power of love. It's a power of understanding. It's a power of getting a philosophy that works with day-to-day life. And I know it's a matter of making a choice, choosing, do I want to stay in this state? Or do I want to work myself out of it? I'm not saying it would happen overnight, but awareness of how you can handle and deal with this will make a huge difference for you. You know, when children are learning how to walk, often parents put little braces on with what do you call that little? Can't think. Anyway, they're holding the reins, so to speak, while the kid runs around. I feel this is what this anxiety has. Is that things that the anxiety's got you by the tail, as they say, and it's like a habit. It's a habit, and so you're running around, but you're not getting out of whatever because you're not looking at the anxiety squarely and realize there's another way of looking at the world. I give thanks in knowing that a doorway is opening, that at least a window that you can see there's another way of looking at things that would make a difference. And I give thanks in knowing that possibility. That's often where we start, with a possibility and an awareness of the direction of where we're heading and where we're going. So I give thanks, and I give thanks for you coming on tonight. I give thanks for being able to speak with you. And I say, as I release this thought, and so it is. And so it is. Thank you. Oh, it was Rosa Simon, not Ross. That's my glasses. I've got it. It can't, when I look at it, it will look like Ross Simon, but isn't it? It's Rosa. Same thing applies though. Okay. Karen says, I will ask for strength and trust the universe. Yeah, it's a big step sometimes that things are going on. Karen Bonnie, another Karen. Happy birthday, Norma. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, what do you say? You got lots of little things here. So I'm going to put Karen B. 5, 7, and 9 for improvement with health and well-being. Yeah, I can see that. So let's see what we get when we just first of all look at the numbers. The 5. It was funny. Last week I was having problems with my numbers 5 and 6, but I was thinking, okay, Emperor's 4, so 5 is the Hierophant. There's more knowledge is needed, first of all, right away. It's like more spiritual knowledge, more philosophical knowledge, more awareness knowledge. You may have a lot of knowledge, but there's knowledge in the metaphysical field that is a little different than maybe in other areas. Because this is meaning sorry, I've had a long day today. It is my birthday. And I don't drink, so it's not that. It's just that I didn't have a nap. And I have to tell, I'm going to take this moment. Sorry, Karen B. I'm just taking a moment. Yesterday and today, I feel so much better. I haven't coughed, really. Yeah, maybe a little bit. I hardly blowing my nose. So it's like turned a massive corner. And I was able to get some things done yesterday in particular that I've been trying to do. And I mean, trying, I just didn't have the energy for it. So it's such a good feeling to know that I'm going to have some respite now from what's been going on. Anyway, back here to Karen B. So there's more knowledge that is needed here for you to be able to let go of the past, to let go of the regarding the health, the well-beingness and everything, because the answer lies within you. You're the key. You're the key. You might say, yeah, but I really want this. I really want to be healthy. I really want to feel good about everything. So what do you do about that? And very often people do a lot about that to make it better. But sometimes if they miss the real ingredient is what we call alignment. Alignment with the universal force. Alignment in realizing there is a force of power, which I call the loving force, that has your back no matter what. We're not perfect all the time. We're not like robots. We're human. We do go through phases. We catch things. We feel. But when you know that that force is there and you know how to access it so that it supports you through all that, when you know that, your life will change. Your life will change. Now, I'm just going to do a little PR here, which I, again, don't usually do. Yes, you can contact me personally, but also I talk on Wednesdays, sometimes for, 40 minutes, so 45 minutes, sometimes longer. I also give little thoughts on Sundays. Philosophical, you may have heard some of them. The whole key is to change a perspective of how to live one's life in a way. And does it mean that it's always perfect? No. People here know that I've been dealing with cancer, and surprise to me, but it taught me a lot of things because immediately I went and said, okay, what the heck is this? And so they showed me a whole lot of other stuff, which has been good. So it's like understanding here, Karen B, that it's your choice to understand a new way of looking at life. I don't want to just sound dogmatic about that, but it's the truth from my perspective. So let me just do a treatment on that. I know there is one power and there is one essence, and I know that power and essence is available to each one of us if we choose to embrace it. If we choose to let go our fears and our anxieties and our frustrations and our belief system that says this is how it is. And we all have belief systems that say this is how it is, and they don't really work very well. And begin to realize that we are the key. Each one of us is the key to be able to move in the direction of where we're going and what we're doing. We have the power to make it better or to make it worse. We have the power to take ourselves out of the love vibration or put ourselves into the love vibration. And it comes, yes, to a degree. That's why the Hierophant number 5 is there. Comes through knowledge. It's all right for me to sit here and say, oh, there's this love force. You just need to embrace it. You got to learn how. There's many ways. There's many doorways, you might say, into that vibration. But it works. And I know some people that are on here tonight have found out that it works, that it helps. It brings us to an understanding that says, I'm loved, even when I screw up. Even when I create a scenario that I don't like, I'm still loved. I'm still supported. And that life is bringing the best to me as long as I allow it. I give thanks in the knowing that Karen B is ready to begin to look at things in another way, is ready to look for improvement in all areas of her life, health, well-being, the essence of herself. I would say she's ready. That's what it feels like. I was watching horse racing on TV yesterday. I come from New Zealand, horse racing country, and they had two actually races shows, two big horses race. It was fun for me. It was fun, and it was like watching the way they, we know that horse. I happened to also be reading a novel 2 days before that, all about horse racing, and it was included in the novel, and it was like, wow, that's so much like a parallel of life, because things happen sometimes that isn't explained, like something out of condition. But for you, can be, I just think the world is your oyster if you want it. It's ready, it's there. So just like the racehorses racing, you set your eye on the prize of what it is you really, really are wanting deep inside yourself. And if it's to feel loved, if it's success, if whatever, you can have it. As can everybody who listens to this. I give thanks in the knowing of this, and I give thanks as I release this, knowing that there is one power, one essence, and Karen B is ready to embrace that, so it creates all things. And so it is. Okay. I love Matt Evans. Hello, I haven't seen you for a while. Hello, Norma. How are you doing? I'm actually getting better. Sorry for the long hiatus. Yeah, need healing for my eyes because of my autoimmune disorder. The corner of my eyes has been affected and my vision is getting weaker. What don't? And the numbers of 12, 7, and 13. The first thing I always see this, I'm just going to call you loves maths, okay? Because I don't, I mean, I like the 07 part too, for sure. This is about what do we really want to see? And what did we see? I'm going to take this first number here, 12. What happened at 12 years old? What went on then? What beliefs were created that affected your eyes because of what you saw, and that it feels more like experience than saw? And if you don't remember, because very often we don't remember these things, you may want to just breathe gently and allow it to emerge. There is a turning back. The 12 is acceptance, but that to me, it was like, yeah, we've got to let go. 7 is letting go of the past. 13 is moving forward into and it's a journey. It's not like, oh, I wake up tomorrow and everything's good. It's like a journey that you would need to go on. The journey is possible. The journey of your transformation, the journey of you starts with acceptance of whatever went on that affected your eyes and your perception and your awareness, no matter what they are physically. The miracles can happen. Yes, I wear glasses too, but it's like miracles can happen. But I have not put miracles towards my eyes at this point, although at my age I possibly should. But that's okay. We'll see how that goes. But for you, love math 07. It's about turning your back on the past, on your childhood, on the circumstances that went on, whether you remember them or not. It's about, the number 13 is the death symbol, is about moving into that, moving beyond what's gone on. And it's like going through the desert, if you read the Bible at all. Everybody went out to a desert for 6 weeks. It's really interesting. I always found that interesting. That Moses went out, Jesus went out, and probably lots of other people went out into the desert for 6 weeks, where they did their you might say their battle with the devil. And that's what we got to do. We got to overcome what we taken as truth. The only truth is, and I have to remind myself of this as well, is that we are loved beyond measure. And to ask, I was talking to somebody about this. How often do you ask for what you want? And on the other side of that, How much do you have? Thank you. I'm getting ready to start doing some shorts again. And I was thinking, first one I'm going to do, one of the reasons we got a new apparatus here that my son got, and my left arm wasn't strong enough to pull it away. So I could put the phone in. So, but I tried it the other day and I can do it. Now I've just got to get everything else ready in my head. So it's like, how many times in a day do you say thank you to the divine? Thank you for the conversation. Thank you for who you met. Thank you for the idea. Thank you for the inspiration. When we get lazy is when things happen, because we forget things running around smooth. But also with that is the balance of asking for what it is that you are wanting or requiring. What's your goals? What were your goals? I was reading my goals from the beginning of the year again the other day. I went, well, I haven't created that one yet. But it's like I didn't ask for it either. So the asking and the allowing it to come in, and then the giving of thanks. All you need to do anyway is just give thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Drive yourself crazy saying thank you. But the universe hears that if it's done with a true heart, not just mentally off the head all the time. It's got to be done realizing there is that power of love that is there. And you've got it in your name. I love Maths 07. How much do you love you? How much do you love your eyes? How much frustration do you feel in your eyes? So how do you think they feel? All parts of us. You have a little journey. Yes, that's 13. You have a journey, but it's not impossible to do. And you can always write, as you know, you can always check in with me, and we can always come in on Monday nights and we'll just do more work. I give thanks in the knowingness that you are ready to express the thank yous and the asking as you move forward. And I give thanks as I release this by saying, and so it is, and it's so good to see you back. Karen Lee says, thank you. Karen B says, thank you. I am starting now. The world is my oyster. Aha, agree, yes. I just had a beautiful meal tonight that people bought for me, for goodness sakes. So it was very, very nice. Rosa Simon didn't. Thank you, Norma. I will take everything you said. Yeah, sorry, I confused. I was down saying my regular doctor saying, look, you've got to get me back into seeing. When I was really, really sick, I couldn't make an appointment with my eye specialist, and now they won't let me in. So I'm down at my doctor saying, you've got to get me back in there because I really need this looked at. Anyway, that's what you got to do sometimes. Stand up for yourselves. And I haven't always done that well in my life. Anyway, Rosa, thank you. I will take everything you say into consideration. I need to look at the glass as half full instead of half empty. Oh, yeah. Oh, yes, you guys. That is so important. And happy birthday, sweet lady. Thank you. I'm so glad we had a long night tonight. Look at this. I just appreciate it. I was thinking, because I didn't have anybody, usually that some people text me or email me. So, they get on the plate really. And I just feel really good. I have to tell you something about, I have to mention my hair. My hair is coming in curly and it's all over the place. And my hairdresser did it and blew it out the other day when she cut it up a bit. And it looked really, for me, funny because it was all curly everywhere. But I haven't quite got the art of that yet. It's coming in with all these waves and curls. So it just shows you, like all these treatments I've been having. And what's it doing? It's giving me curls. So I think that's sufficient for me. What else is coming up? Oh, we're Monday. So Wednesday morning, Norma talks. Not sure what we're going to talk about. Then on Sunday thought. If you haven't heard Sunday thought, I can't exactly remember what I said, but I know it was a good one on Sunday thought. So you might want to look back at that and just see it's I went a little long too. I went more than that. I usually try and get it around 10 minutes because it's supposed to be a thought, not a long talk. Anyway, bless you all. I really do. I am so thankful for you guys that come on, especially my Karen and Karen Lee, and now Karen Bunny. And it's so good to see I Love Math So 7 back. So it's like, yeah, you give me something to live for, putting up with all this other stuff that I've had to go through. Life is strange sometimes. It gives you these little things that you need to work through to see how do you cope with that. It's very easy to pontificate and give instruction and clear people's difficulties because that's what I do. And yeah, it's like, okay, you've got this challenge now. How are you going to deal with that? And it's gone on and on, I'll tell you. But it's been interesting. So just waiting now for when to get an x-ray on my elbow. It's starting to get better. I can get it up here. Still can't get earrings on though. Anyway, it's enough chitter chatter from me. I love you all. Thank you. See you through the week. Bye now.